All right, we're back breaking down the new Loki trailer. This is my second time trying to do the intro. And Nick and I are going to break it down from the beginning. Now we have Owen Wilson.
There we go. There you go.
Um, we have hit the first shot of him with Loki in this trailer. Um, Nick, were you surprised to see Owen Wilson in a Marvel movie or TV show?
I
And
mean,
how
I
did you like how that little scene played out?
I heard that he was casted a while ago, and I mean, like, I'm not the biggest fan of Owen Wilson, but I'm also like not against having his presence around. I think he's a funny guy, and just from that little reaction, I think it's gonna be an interesting back and forth, just because like if we are to compare this show to like a spy show, like he's like Loki's handler, and I think just between like Owen Wilson's like acting sensibilities and Tom Hiddleston's acting sensibilities, I think there would be a lot of interesting like back and forth, like just in that moment, you see Owen Wilson doing his thing, and then Loki's like kind of like already exasperated by him. I think there's gonna be a lot of interesting back and forth. I also think there's definitely like something more to the character. I feel like they're gonna pull the rug out. It's like it just like I don't know, those type of characters, or they're just like the kind of like kooky like type. They're either there for comedic psychic relief, or they're like, I don't know, harvesting a demon inside of them. Like there's something else going on with them. So just the dynamic is definitely something that I'm intrigued to see going forward.
Yeah, me too. And I want to see what Owen Wilson in a Marvel TV show is like.
Mhm.
Is he seems to be a completely different than his like a regular comedic Owen Wilson character would be.
I didn't
Though the scene is hilarious that he's in.
I didn't even recognize him at first. It took me a second after like rewatching, like hearing the voice. I was like, oh, that's him. Like I was looking for you the whole trip. I was like, there you go. There you are.
Right. Now let's get into like the big kahuna of this trailer, right? The massive moment.
Right, right.
At a minute 38 or so, minute 39, they have these three statues or the heads of the statue essentially.
Right.
And then later on they have regular statues of these three
Yeah.
grand characters. The question is, who are these three characters and how are they going to play into the show? Nick, do you want to give us your opinion as, or what you know about who they might be?
So from what I've understood, because I had to read up a little on them, but it appears that they're like, so the organization that like Loki's like taken from, they're like multiverse watchers. Like they try to keep order. Apparently, those three guys are like the ones who the founders of it. And apparently, they connect. They're called like the timekeepers, or let me just double check that. But they are said to be like behind or connected to Kang, which we talked about in our Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania Timekeepers. That's the name of their name. They're in our Quantumania video. We talked about how Kang's coming is played by Jonathan Majors. So it appears they're already laid the groundwork for this really big villain, which is exciting because like it took how many movies for like them to like get the Infinity Stone like storyline going. I think it wasn't really until like Thor: The Dark World they like name dropped an Infinity Stone. So like the idea that they're already like we're moving in the Kang territory, and we said in our Fantastic Four video that connects to them. Like um, it all starts, I guess, it all starts here, I guess, with this new organization and the Timekeepers and how they play into it. I wouldn't be surprised if like Jonathan Majors made his debut or whatever, like in the show, like a small like cameo, like Thanos did at the end of Avengers One. But there's definitely again like more at play here than just Loki's bound by whatever organization. Like they're up to something on their own as well.
Yeah. Remind me when we get to the WandaVision trailer reviews to ask, because I will ask about a post credit for a TV show.
Gotcha.
Um, so we're going to move on to another great moment where we see what kind of looks like, we're not sure, is Natasha Romanoff. She's in this purple background. Um, do you think this is her? Do you think this is like a misdirect? What's kind of your sense on what's going on there?
My sense is that first one, me personally, I hope it's not her. Just out of like, I'm not saying that like, oh my god, I'd never like Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow or whatever. I just think that like they're releasing her first solo movie after her death in an Endgame. I was almost said Infinity War. Like I don't know. I feel like to some extent, like with Tony, like with Steve, like her storyline has relatively come to an end. I mean, like since we're since the new theme with Marvel appears to be the multiverse. I mean, anything's possible. There's infinite chances, but like I know, I don't know. It depends on how it's executed. Like if they execute it in a certain way, and I could be okay with it. I just if it's just like Loki returns to the time of Endgame and he sees her or whatever, I'd be like we could have like used I don't know, gone another way. My favorite take on that image is that it's a it's a female version of Loki, and she's like waiting to like meet him. That I think would be cool and far more interesting to watch unfold than whatever like the Black Widow direction essentially.
Yeah, let's. So I'm going to give my opinion on this. Go to 210 in the trailer because I'm about to go to there. So I don't think it's Black Widow. It doesn't make sense. Why would you drop something like that in the trailer? If it's a moment you wanted, you just keep it for the show. That's my feeling on it. And if you go from that moment there to 210, it seems like they're very similar. Both purple-based environments, and there's both like these large orange things that seem to be shooting down. So I have a feeling it's a complete, if that's what you think, that it's Black Widow, it's a complete misdirect and it's something completely different. Though I do love the aesthetics of the shot. I'm not going to lie. It looks pretty amazing.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Like the area does seem it almost looks like a construction site, right? Like I'm not great.
Yeah.
Like that, it looks like a construction site. So I wouldn't be, if anything, this is an alternate world that Loki travels to, and I don't know. It seems to be under attack. Like, yeah, I think the Black Widow thing would be like too much of an easy giveaway for the show to go to. I think they'll they can be they can afford to be more unpredictable, like especially with like it's the god of mischief and amidst a new organization. There's like more unpredictable and interesting ways to go, I think.
I 100% agree. Now, there's a moment, and it's at 2:05 in the trailer. It's also 1:36. Loki is one looking in the mirror that was in Avengers Tower in the first Avengers movie. And he's also, there's another shot of him looking at the wreckage of New York City, and you can see Avengers Tower broken in the background. This leaves a massive question, right? Now, is he in what part of the multiverse is he in? How does like the multiverse even work? What happened? Did Loki win in this reality? Is this Thanos came to town and wrecked shop? Like, what happened in this reality that it seems like the Avengers have lost and New York City is like ripped to pieces, like broken off of the surface? Like, what is going on? There's so many questions. Nick, what do you think?
Again, like I have no doubt that we're going to be seeing like not necessarily like the what if show, but like we're going to be seeing like scenarios where like Loki won in Avengers 1, or like they like uh I don't know, the Avengers didn't come, like we're gonna be seeing some shades of the what if show, just because like we're gonna see Loki, like I feel like being directly involved in, like we're gonna get to the final stuff with the plane, but like I think we're gonna be seeing him like messing around with the timeline, or being like forced by the organization to like be their agent and like manipulate events. I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of like different scenarios like happen and then unhappen and like just like overplay each other. I think that's I think is the direction they're going.
Right. And we don't even know how the Space Stone is going to play into this, because he has a Space Stone at the end of during Endgame when he uses it.
All right.
And so presumably that plays into these events. Now, let's talk about one of the coolest moments I think of this trailer. I didn't even know about this at first.
Right.
Now, some of you may be familiar with Dan Cooper, who on the 24th of November, 1971, this legend of a man stole what in modern day money is worth $1 million on
Right.
a plane. He did a heist on a plane and just jumped out of the plane with a parachute and was never found.
Right.
Now, Loki kind of looks like that dude, and he jumps out of a plane without a parachute and seems to get.
And you could see like I think like money like falling out of his bag or whatever at the end.
Right. Now I'm like, why does Loki need money? Loki doesn't need money. He's Loki, right? But I'm really curious as to how this plays in, and if they're going to put their own twist on that story, and maybe he's stealing more than money on that plane.
Right. I mean, again, I think we're going to be seeing him manipulate like history and everything. We're going to see him jumping out of like there'll be moments MCU wise, and I think also like actual real life history wise, where we're going to be like, huh, like it's kind of like, oh, so that's how that happened, or at least how it happened in this universe. It's like, so that's where he was or whatnot. I think it would be a cool, like, you could get a real cool like Men in Black vibe, like they're like in the back of the photo, like out of certain important events or whatnot.
Kind of like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, and that too, that too.
But let's move on to the last image, or the last part of the film
Hmm.
or trailer, where Loki has this green jacket. He has this full helmet on, got people behind him.
Right.
Looks like he's running for president or something.
Yeah.
Um, and then he seems to be this really intimidating figure who has this army, and then they all turn on him. And I was like, this is the most Loki moment that could happen. What are your thoughts on not just that how the moment plays out itself, but also like what's the story behind Loki doing this?
I think like it's hard to say because again, there are just infinite possibilities. Although I'll do say that like I could definitely see Loki be like in some sort of situation he tries to like manipulate it to his end, but then it doesn't work out. He has to like fight his way out. Like, why does he dress like looking like the vote Loki for president? Like, like I especially love the little like like Party City's version of his helmet. Like it looks so cheap, but like that's the point because he's just like like the campaign rally like goodies like they give out or whatever. Like I like the I just love the look. I think that's going to be an interesting thing to unfold. How it plays into the larger story, I can't tell you. I can't tell you anything about how this show will go, but it's definitely an interesting. It's definitely an interesting look, and I love that's how they chose to end the trailer.
I do too. And if we know anything, it's that Loki wants to be loved.
Mhm.
And what way to be more loved than to run for president, right?
Right.
I'm just saying, probably not going to happen, but if it did, could there be anything more Loki than running for president of the United States?
I mean, very on brand. Very on brand.
But who knows? I think one of the things that I love about this trailer is that it shows you a bunch of different images, gives you a kind of idea of the craziness of the show and the
Mhm.
mystery of the show
Right.
without really telling you what's going on.
Yeah. Like this was my favorite. I think of all the trailers released by Marvel, this was my favorite because I'm not gonna lie, I was not excited. Like I was not like enthused by the idea of like a Loki show. It's kind of like, oh, all right, whatever. But then I like the show. Like I saw the trailer and I was like, there's so much happening here. There's so much happening. There's so much that could happen. I don't like the trailer did what good trailer should do, and this got me interested in the property. And now May 2021. I don't think they gave a specific day, but May 2020. I'm very excited to see like because it seemed like I thought they were just gonna like keep milking Tom Hiddleston for all that like he could give as Loki, but like no, I think they positioned him as a key figure at least or a jumping point for other key figures of how the MCU is going to develop. So I'm like, all right, I now that you've proven to me that the show is like I guess important or like has like its own spirit, like now I'm excited to see what happens.
Right. And I'll be curious if the multiverse Wanda's creating has anything to do with what Loki's doing.
Right.
But with that, I think that wraps up this review. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts on the trailer. Did you have a favorite moment that we missed? What's your theories on what's going on? Let us know. And we'll see you next time.
Peace out.